It has been 3 years since the Duke and Duchess of Sussex tied the knot at St George's Chapel in Windsor Castle, yet their wedding day is still one to remember. Meghan wore Queen Mary's stunning diamond tiara during her special day, but it was reportedly the cause of much stress and upset with the Queen and royal staff. There were reports of a row between the Queen and Meghan and Harry when the monarch apparently would not let her wear a tiara she selected. Some insiders said Meghan wanted to wear an emerald tiara but the Queen selected Queen Mary's diamond one. However, royal author Omid Scobie claimed that was not what happened and said the meeting actually went smoothly. Mr. Scobie told True Royalty TV's The Royal Beat that the meeting was actually a huge success. He said, "The tiara selection went wonderfully. The Queen was very happy, Meghan was very happy." However, Mr. Scobie said that while the decision itself went smoothly, there was drama in the weeks that followed. He claimed that the monarch's dressmaker and close friend, Angela Kelly, made things very difficult when it came to arranging to practice fittings. He added, "The drama took place afterwards when Meghan wanted to try that tiara on with her hairstylist, because there is a lot of tech that goes into this. They had to do an experiment with that before the wedding day. The hairstylist came in from overseas. There was an appointment at Buckingham Palace, but nobody was there." Mr. Scobie claimed that Harry was pulled in to save the day after Meghan struggled to arrange a booking. He said, "Each time Angela Kelly was not available to arrange this, to facilitate this, despite agreeing to. It got to the point where staff around Harry and Meghan were tearing their hair out. Because the wedding was a couple of weeks away, months had passed at this point. Harry had to intervene. He called his grandmother and said, 'I don't know what the hell is going on, but this woman needs to make this work for my future wife.'" Harry felt that there were those within the institution that would stop at nothing to at the very least to make Meghan's life difficult. Meghan didn't get to try the tiara on again until a few days before the wedding. Miss Kelly is said to have been left heartbroken by the reports that she had been purposely difficult, but vowed to not say anything that would upset the royal family. But Harry's intervention is said to have sparked a furious reaction when the Queen found out. A royal source told the Mail Online in May, "Angela essentially said, 'I'm very sorry, that's not how it works. There's protocol in place over these jewels. They're kept under very tight lock and key. You can't turn up and demand to have the tiara just because your hairdresser happens to be in town.'" The insider claimed the Duke used rude language in his response, which prompted the Queen to pull him into a private meeting. The source added, "He was put firmly in his place. He had been downright rude." The Duchess of Sussex has been accused of plotting her and Prince Harry's signing with Netflix for years, with insiders claiming Meghan had been orchestrating the move while she was still a senior member of the royal family. It comes after the royal unveiled her new animated series, Pearl, last week, which is understood to have been in the pipeline since 2018. The new series, which will follow a 12-year-old girl's heroic adventures as she is inspired by famous women in history, was the brainchild of the Duchess of Sussex. The Telegraph reports the idea was first discussed with Netflix in 2018. The year of Meghan and Harry's wedding, and 2 years before the couple decided to step down as senior members of the royal family. A royal aide told the newspaper Meghan's team had been working on the deal, which was dubbed a secret squirrel. They said, "A lot of it was orchestrated by Meghan's people in America. It was a bit of a secret squirrel." Additional reports said the Duchess had worked with film producer David Furnish, husband to Sir Elton John, on the series while she was still based in the UK. In his Instagram post announcing the news, he hinted that Pearl had been a long time in the making. Mr. Furnish said, "I am delighted that we are finally able to announce this exciting animated series. The team collaborating on the series are first class, and Netflix are the perfect partner." But he did not detail when the pair first started work on the creative project. Meghan and Harry's team have insisted that any discussions with Netflix in 2018 were exclusively about the Pearl project. They added that the animated series was originally just one of many one-off creative advocacy projects brought to the Duchess as a working royal. Other projects included the Together cookbook that raised money for the victims of the Grenfell fire in Vogue magazine's September issue, which she edited in 2019. Meghan and Harry's deal with Netflix was revealed in September 2020, just months after the pair formally stepped down from the firm. As part of their deal, the couple planned to make documentaries, docu-series, feature films, scripted shows and children's programs. One series, which is yet to be released, will focus on the Invictus Games, an international sporting event for wounded, injured and ill servicemen and women founded by Prince Harry in 2014. Harry will be its executive producer and will also appear in the docu-series. He said in a statement, "Since the very first Invictus Games back in 2014, We knew that each competitor would contribute in their own exceptional way to a mosaic of resilience, determination, and resolve. This series will give communities around the world a window into the moving and uplifting stories of these competitors on their path to the Netherlands next year. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle welcomed the arrival of their newest addition to the family on June 4, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, who named their second child after the Queen and Princess Diana, are set to take 5 months leave following the birth. Royal expert Marlene Koenig compared this to American mothers and insisted it is not the norm. Speaking to Royal UK Story, Ms. Koenig said, "It's sort of funny that their foundation has this sort of thing when it's not the norm in the US because we have no national policy on paternity leave. The federal government has for federal workers an X number of weeks of paid leave." She added, "There is more of it but there is no national policy. It's interesting, 5 months. Most American mothers are like, excuse me. For the majority of American moms you have to save your sick leave, your vacation pay and cobble it together unless you have a good employer." Royal biographer Omid Scobie told Good Morning America, "We're so used to seeing senior royals going back to work, but Harry and Meghan are leading by example. They offer up to 20 weeks parental leave at our jewel. It'll be several months off work for the pair of them." Meghan and Harry have also been urged to return to the UK, with Prince Harry for the Diana statue unveiling as it would be good for brand. The Mail on Sunday's diary editor Charlotte Griffiths explained that the Princess Diana statue unveiling is a missed opportunity for Meghan. Asked whether Meghan will ever return to the UK, Ms. Griffiths told Speaking to Palace Confidential on Mail, "When she finally does it will be such a big deal. It's almost not worth thinking about." In another era you can imagine Meghan would have absolutely loved to come over for the unveiling of the Diana statue. Her daughter's middle name is Diana. It's actually quite good for Brand Markle that she keeps this association with the royal family once in a while. It's an opportunity missed, but how can she possibly face up to it? The royal couple have also been encouraged to return to the UK to hold a christening for their new daughter Lilibet Diana. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex, who stepped down as senior royals in March 2020, have not released any details about a future christening yet. Royal commentator Ian Lloyd has said it would help repair bridges and give the royal family a chance to meet the latest addition. Speaking to Palace Confidential on Mail, Mr. Lloyd said, "One of the things we have to wait and see is whether little Lilibet is christened in this country given the Sussex's horror of high-profile events." Since quitting as full-time working royals, Meghan and Prince Harry have had a series of eye-watering expenses to deal with, royal commentator Daniela Elzer said. And they also lost the financial support offered by being key members of the royal family and heir to the Prince of Wales. The royal expert wrote in a comment piece for Royal UK Story, "Harry and Meghan finally had the life they wanted, but their emancipation from the royal family has come at a steep cost, both in a personal sense. Harry's relationship with his family seems to have only fractured further, and in a far more literal sense. Flying the coop would appear to have hit Harry and Meghan in the hip pocket, and hard." Ms. Elser ran through the financial changes Meghan and Harry are known to have experienced over the past months. In August last year, it was revealed the Duke and Duchess of Sussex had moved into an £11 million mansion in Montecito, Santa Barbara. The couple is believed to be paying for the 9-bedroom property with a mortgage after having already put down a hefty deposit. Noting how momentous the purchase of this home was for Meghan and Harry, Ms. Elser said, "The Sussex's purchase of the property was a landmark event for both Harry and Meghan, the first home either of them had ever owned. For the Duke, it was also the first time he had ever had to personally foot the bill to put a permanent roof over his own head. In Harry's first 35 years, up until Megxit, his living expenses had been pretty much looked after by the royal family, followed by the army, and then the royal family again. Moving to the US brought with it, for the prince, a painful crash course in having to worry about money, a lesson that most people learn before they hit the downward slope to 40 and creaky knees. Saunas, multiple, a Japanese tea house, not to mention household staff, aides, cars, mortgage payments and security cost an actual fortune." Citing the Daily Mail, Ms. Elser said the couple may have paid approximately £5 million for the deposit. They may also be paying about £4.29 million every year in household expenses, including a £466,170 mortgage, some £290,900 for housekeeping staff and £3.2 million security. After Meghan and Harry officially stepped down as senior royals at the end of March 2020, they were no longer entitled to receive security paid for by taxpayers. Harry confessed during his and Meghan's landmark interview with Oprah Winfrey he was surprised he would no longer be protected by the royal protection officers after Megxit. He said, "I never thought that I would have my security removed, because I was born into this position. I inherited the risk. So that was a shock to me. That was what completely changed the whole plan. Following their royal exit, dubbed Megxit in early 2020, Harry also paid back in full the cost of the renovation works carried out at Frogmore Cottage in Windsor to make it their home in early 2019. This added to Meghan and Harry's post-Megxit expenses a further £2.4 million bill, a sum which, it was revealed last month upon the publication of the royal household's financial report, helped the Queen cover for the losses created by the coronavirus pandemic. After becoming financially independent, Harry stopped receiving monetary support from his father Prince Charles through the Duchy of Cornwall, a financial loss which Ms. Elser believes amounts to approximately £3.64 million every year. Harry told Ms. Winfrey his family literally cut me off financially in the first quarter of 2020. The Prince of Wales' annual review for the past fiscal year shows he gave both the Duke and Duchess of Sussex and the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge a total of £4.4 million in funding. Following accusations Harry had exaggerated the claim about being cut off, his representatives said it's inaccurate to suggest that there's a contradiction in the Duke's statement and Clarence House's financial report, because Harry was referring to the beginning of the fiscal year in the interview. They added, the Duke's comments during the Oprah interview were in reference to the first quarter of the fiscal reporting period in the UK, which starts annually in April. This is the same date that the transitional year of the Sandringham Agreement began, and is aligned with the timeline that Clarence House referenced. After breaking down all the expenses Meghan and Harry are believed to have had over the past months, Ms. Elser said, take this all together, their new home deposit, household running costs, how much Duchy of Cornwall cash they have given up, and having to repay the costs of Frogmore, and the sum totals $22.45 million, £16.33 million. That's a whole lot of dough to have to find every year to keep the lights on in the family and hot and cold running bodyguards.